when I took office back in 2011, and you looked at our competitiveness as a state, there were two things that stood out from the tax side that were dumb. The dumbest thing we had going was the Michigan business tax. The second dumbest thing we were doing in the state of Michigan was putting personal property tax on industrial property. We took care of the first one fairly quickly. The second one was more challenging, and the reason I say more challenging, it wasn't a problem per se, but it was the fact that it was a revenue stream for our local partners. And I viewed that as something we needed to be very careful and sensitive about, is making sure we were being a good partner with our local partners and how we could work together to address it. To be blunt, putting a separate tax on industrial equipment was making us less competitive. It just doesn't make any economic sense. And if anything, we've shown great success about bringing more and better jobs to the state of Michigan. I'm proud to say we brought over 250,000 and created over 250,000 private sector jobs in the last 3 years in our state. It's showing up in our personal income. We were just ranked number 9 in the country for per capita personal income growth in the state of Michigan for last year. So it is working, but this is another major step forward to say, let's not stop. Let's continue to make us more competitive, better and better at what we're doing. And part of that is working on the process of getting rid of this dumb tax on personal property, on industrial equipment.
When I opened the first Biggby Coffee, March 15th, 1995, I had no idea the litany of taxation that there was out there. And so when I got my first personal property tax bill, I didn't really even understand it. When somebody explained to me that they were taxing the assets that I already bought and paid sales tax on, I was like, seriously? I'm getting taxed again? And they said, oh, by the way, that'll happen every year in the perpetuity of your business. And that was unfathomable to me. I like this ease of revenue, ease of method of collection. It's great for small businesses in Michigan, those that generate less than $80,000 a year.
We finally have a solution. This was truly a significant problem, an archaic tax on machinery, equipment, and jobs, period. So we finally have a solution that helps small businesses, manufacturers, while protecting critical local services. Our hope at the Chamber is that this is so successful that eventually we can expand this to include everyone.
We're helping our businesses, who then help our communities. We make sure that they're not harmed by not losing revenue and finding replacement revenue for them, but yet at the same time we're still keeping our cities safe and secure, but yet we have job opportunities. And you can see when we have more jobs and people working, that's the best of the whole world. We worked with all your organizations, as the governor said, and working with the governor's office and the House and the Senate all working collectively. This is how it's supposed to work. This is how government's supposed to respond.
This is a partnership that came together with a lot of hard work. You know, I had a small piece of it, but I'm excited to be part of it. But I'm excited for all the work that everyone did on this. I'm excited moving forward. Everyone knows I used to work for local government. I used to be a county commissioner, and everybody always said the personal property tax didn't make any sense. I don't think anybody really ever disagreed with that. It was just a matter of how do you replace it? How do you fix it? How do you ensure that our locals can keep providing the services and our businesses don't have to pay that ridiculous tax? And here we are. We figured it out.
The important thing that I think is really critical to get out to our citizens, the voters, is that this is not a tax increase in any way. It's just a reallocation of revenue from the state to our local partners to help make up for getting rid of this dumb tax, the personal property tax on industrial property. So I very much, hopefully, it gets well communicated to say this is something that doesn't cost our taxpayers anything and is just a better answer that will create jobs in Michigan is the simplest way to view this. And I hope that that's the message that gets out to people.